Whoops. Hello, everyone. My name is Alex.
Hi, I'm Mariela. How are you?
I'm good. How are all of you?
All of you. Yeah, that was a question for everybody, not just you, Alex.
Um, well, we are here. It is January. We have a new moon, new year, 2022. And when did we start recordings, Mariella? 2019, yeah? I think so. I think so. Because then 2020 came and it was whoa.
2019?
In the fall of 2019, I think, or the summer.
Okay.
hmm So,
It's 2 years.
um, yeah, it's 2 years, and a lot has happened in those 2 years, and a lot will continue to happen in the upcoming years.
Yeah, we started before COVID, right?
Yeah.
Nothing was happening at that time.
No, nothing was happening, but astrologically, they were telling us of what was to come.
Yeah,
Right?
we
We were
could
like
see it.
anticipating, but doing the work, feeling something was coming, and then lots came.
Yeah.
Work changed, COVID came, work changed, and a whole bunch of other things. So we're here at 2022.
Yeah.
I'm so
But we're
happy to
still
be here
around.
for you. Yeah. So happy. So what have you been listening to lately? Or is there anything that you have been listening to either about the new year or about for yourself?
Um, so we were talking a little bit about this with Alex before we started recording. I have been listening to some people, but some of the people I don't know their names. So I can tell you who they were. The names that I always remember are Brecha Goldsmith
Mm,
and Pam Gregory and Lee Harris and other people. And so I wanted to know a little bit about what was the astrology for this year, but for some reason it didn't stay in my head.
mm.
I just know because of Alex that this new moon is in Capricorn. So still that energy of lawmaking and government and authority and all that stuff. And coming in to this new year, we are still feeling all those rules about COVID and staying at home, using masks. And well, I am getting used to that.
Mhm.
Those rules and to follow those. Then a thing that has been appearing for me around this end of the year, beginning of this, well, last year is 2021 and the beginning of 2022 is more connection with family
Mhm.
and learning things about ancestors and family history, connecting that way, truths coming out. For me personally, finally expressing myself. uh,
You.
huh?
It's not easy to do, right? Sometimes things are just really hard to say and hear and feel. So,
When it's painful, it's hard to touch.
mhm.
Yeah, and then there's Uranus because of Aquarius coming in, and so lots of surprises will come. It will be very interesting because it would be boom here, boom there, and there, boom. And then you, supposedly we're going to get used to that. Alex. You said that, and I think so. By the end, we will be fine with it.
Yeah. I think some of us are already like, I think we've been like waiting for reprieve from all of this. And I think we're all starting to realize I don't think it's coming, even though this year people think it's coming,
Right.
you know, like in terms of, say, COVID, they think the reprieve's coming.
Okay.
Like, yeah, like, this Omicron, that means it's going to be over. Like, and it's like, we don't know. We thought that so many times. So who knows?
And that's fine as long as you wear a mask and keep distance,
Hmm. Yeah.
have tests
Fine.
on. Yeah. And then the axes are changing.
Hmm.
And I don't remember where are we in the like axe wise right now. Like it was Gemini and Libra,
Sagittarius.
Sagittarius.
So I'm like so excited for this ending.
So Sagittarius was the south node.
Hmm.
And so the north node is what we have learned already and what's working, right? Is our Dharma side.
Yeah, it's kind of where yeah, what we're wanting to reach towards. So that
Oh,
was like communication, understanding, like learning. That's where like using technology more, um, and trying to be clear with communication, but like, you know, then the internal, like the South was very much like we might have struggled with making sense of things. Like, what does this mean now? Like, and literally our beliefs and our values and what we believe to be true was like
and
flipped.
went
So,
into protest, right?
well, yeah, but they like, because Gemini is about knowledge and learning. And so is Sagittarius, but it's like there's like the learning information, and then Sagittarius is about like the wisdom and beliefs and meaning making. So like, you know,
Freedom.
yeah, believing this all happens for a reason. Yeah, exactly. And freedom. And so all that stuff, like all of there was lots of internal stuff around exactly what does it mean to be free? Like we had to all figure that out. How do we deal with being confined when really this South Sagittarius wants to be big, but so that the South, we feel it and experience it and roll around in it. But the North is, if we work towards that, it will support us in moving around the South as well.
Okay.
Something like that. It's been interesting, but now it's Taurus and Scorpio.
In April?
Excuse me. I think it's happening in February-ish
Sounds right.
because it's already like starting to tilt into its next. So I'm not sure like exactly when the transition is, but it's happening
Yeah.
pretty soon here. And we've already been having so much stuff happen in Taurus because that's like our security, like our sense of security, our wealth, our resources.
Material security, yeah.
Yeah. And
And the
um,
earth.
mhm, yeah, so many things. So, and then Scorpio is about like more survival. And like if you take, if
Gold.
Taurus is kind of a bit lighter than Scorpio, well, now we have the South Scorpio stuff going on, which is all that deep, craggly stuff.
Shadows.
So we get to have that, but we already have Taurus and Uranus and Aquarius and all of them going. So they say that the eclipse season is supposed to be really rough in April.
Yeah, I heard the same.
Yeah, and then in the
Beginning
fall.
of summer, I heard something too, like around maybe July, August.
Yeah, I think just after April in general, things are going to start like April, May, things are going to start getting a little more uncomfortable. Interesting. Yeah, going to get a little more interesting. But one thing I read, so there's this group, and I get this group, this pair, these twins, they're called astro twins, and I get
Yeah.
their emails, and um, I decided to look through their forecast for the year in numerology, in
Mm-hmm.
Chinese, like astrology, and in regular astrology.
Mm-hmm.
And I was really fascinated actually by the Chinese astrology. So we're going from the ox to the tiger.
Mm-hmm.
Ox and the one before were metal energies, and they were very Saturn based energies. Like that's their governing planet, which Saturn is, structure, um, everything that's power, all that stuff that we're experiencing, the Saturn stuff. And what governs what's governing the tiger is Uranus.
Oh, really?
Wrong to regular astrology, which is kind of freaky, but we're going into water. So like all of the okay, can you hear me okay? I keep getting these signs saying that it's trying.
Yeah, I can hear you right now. It just went weird for a couple
Minute.
seconds, but it's fine.
Okay. Um, so yeah, but so we're moving into the water energy. So we're moving out of metal, and now we're gonna have 2 years of water. And so that things should be
Mm-hmm.
flowing a lot more and
There's more
less.
water coming.
Yeah. And they also suggest maybe in the next 2 years or in these 2 years that we're going to have problems with water. So
Mm-hmm.
we're going to need to find new technologies to help with clean water and things like that. And I'm like, oh, that sounds kind of sad and scary. But that water might be a big thing. But water we know is emotional, and so there'll be all kinds of things, but that it's about giving. It's about like connection. It's about relationships. But a lot of it is very alone. Like the tiger is, a lot of times alone, but it needs others, but it's independent. So it's not going to be like a year where we're all by ourselves or anything, but you know, we have some isolation happening.
One of the astrologers was saying that in numerology, this year ends in two, right? And
Mhm.
so two is these couples, is getting together, uniting. And so they were suggesting get a hold of any type of group that you want to belong in and just get connected.
Mhm.
Because some other thing that is coming is because of Taurus, food is going to maybe be scarce. And so they were saying be resourceful. And as long as you belong to a group, you'll be fine because you will have people that will be able to support you.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, and I feel like that's what, because they say we're in year 3 of Aquarius, right? And so we shifted into Aquarius, and we're here for, what is it, 7 years? And so at the end of this time, we're going to be so different. Like the world is going to be so different.
Yeah.
And it's been talking this whole time about how collaboration and community is so important. And with
Yeah.
all this Taurus activity, which exactly, it's about our like literally resources, um, and just like the bodily wellness and our material possessions and needs, that there could be some scarcity rising, even though there shouldn't be, in the sense that we have a world that has so much. We are like so abundant, and
Yeah.
with everything we have, we could feed the whole world and end hunger. But there's so much greed, and that's what hopefully some of the continuing breaking down of our old structures continues to happen. But I don't know, I have no clue what that would even look like, because
The audio went weird again. Can you hear me? There. No.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, so Taurus is about the earth, about getting everything that you need. And so the other thing Lee Harris was talking about was self-care, about taking care of your body. He said that this year is not something you may want to choose to do or not to do. It's something you really need and you need to pay attention to it.
Mm. Mm-hmm. I believe that.
Yeah.
I'm already feeling that in many ways. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. My computer was trying to connect with my AirPods. Even though they were in the case, but they kept trying to connect. So I figured I might as well put them in.
Mm-hmm. It's the year of the
Um,
two, so they are trying to get connected.
right? Well, and it's the year of the two because it's 2022, and I hear zero amplifies whatever it's next to. But the actual astrology of this year is 6.
Mm-hmm.
And that 6 is called the universal year. And so it's this really big expansive year, but for expansion to happen, like a lot needs to happen, but there's so much capacity for us to be able to expand. So I'm excited and nervous and excited.
Oh yeah, another thing that we need
Mhm.
to pay attention in is Recha was saying, don't fall in victimization because many things will
Mm.
happen all of a sudden. But and she was talking to Pam Gregory in one video, and so Pam was saying yes,
Mm.
and just reminding us that we should be fine, and also that to remember to do affirmations every morning, like I'm strong, I'm resourceful, I'm good, everything's perfect, and it will
Mhm.
pass. Everything Uranus from Uranus, it just comes and goes, right? Comes and goes.
Mhm. Yes.
So I'll try not
So,
to fall in that.
mhm. So yeah, pull some cards for us.
What cards do you have today?
The cards, so I just changed, I found a way to get it off. So hopefully it's not going to
Okay.
connect again. I'm going classic. I'm going classic.
I like Osho.
So do I. Ocean and Tarot. And I'll pull one. Anyway, well, how many are you gonna pull?
I want to do one blessed be for the year and one blessed be for January.
Okay.
And then just one more from the Sacred Destiny oracle that I really like.
That's a really nice step.
January. Or
Yeah.
maybe one for the year where January. Oops.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. They are just flying and they are more than one. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
What? You got
So
6
it
cards?
it might mean that things are going to happen like,
Mhm.
every 2 months.
Yeah, maybe because I saw a really interesting spread that was given, which is like every quarter, or like, you pull a card and it's for like if you're gonna do this, like maybe every 2 months, right?
Yeah.
What does that look like, and or whatever, but yeah, a whole bunch of new possibilities, everyone. We can guarantee that there will be more and more possibilities that we didn't even imagine this year.
Yeah. I'll just start with January though, because we will spend here like until tomorrow. We'll stay here.
Okay, I'm gonna pull for January, and Oh goodness.
Yeah.
This year. Oh. So when I pulled for January, I pulled courage. So we have the flower growing through the rock, right? Just kind of like the wildness of nature. And the courage to be like our authentic self, the courage to kind of show up in the world, even when it's hard, right? So, yeah, I've heard a lot that like January is still like 2021, and then the shift happens. But so to really take time and reflect this month. But we have that amazing Capricorn energy to help us grow and take action. But I offer you all courage for the month of January.
Yeah, we can do this. We're very strong.
Oh yeah. Have those hard conversations.
Huh? Yeah.
That aren't comfortable.
Courage to see what you don't want to see. Courage to say sorry.
Yeah.
Courage to do things for yourself. Whatever you're scared of.
Yeah. It's time. I like
Courage
that.
to say no, or courage to go for it.
Yeah.
Not waiting for the universe to do it for you, right?
It'll make you anyway. At some point, it'll just get really uncomfortable that you have to.
We'll push you.
What do you have for January?
Hold on. They are stuck. Okay. So for January, I got a blessing on a home card. I didn't hear. It's about the earth.
Yeah, and I've actually been hearing a lot now. I'm a Sagittarius, and where things fall in my chart. But there's lots of talk right now, because Taurus can be that very homey energy. And so I've been hearing lots of talk of like, having your place, like having your safe place, having your place in order, or like, like also home and family, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So blessings on home.
Yeah, and so this one is for January, right? Community and voyage.
Oh.
So we're starting to have an adventure. We're flying somewhere. It would be really interesting to know where we're going to go. But community, we were talking about that. It's so weird, I don't know where my cards and my video are.
Well, I like we have like the water with the whales, right?
Yeah, and the whales are flying.
Yeah, they're flying through the air. They're jumping.
It's magical.
And so the water will help us move. And then we have.
That's right, water's there. I didn't realize.
The full moon.
Yeah.
And the colors of the butterflies was so lovely. It's kind of like magic.
There's a rainbow.
Yeah.
And there's light. There's light in community. Being together, working together.
Yeah.
And then just for the year, I got a blessing on growing older. We're becoming wiser.
Wisdom.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. I like that.
Yeah. And so for this year, also new beginnings and potential.
Well, Those are such wonderful cards.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hit you with
Beginning.
new beginnings and potential. Potential, kind of like possibilities. And again, we have that color, right? The
Yeah.
rainbow color, like the color. And then the other one, show it one more time.
The blue and the
Oh, but there's water there in the mountain one. There's the reflection in the water.
yeah, that's the year for us. New beginnings and potential. Yeah, because that's where the river starts. And also, the sun is coming out. They
Mhm.
both have stars in the sky.
That sounds really exciting. The one that I pulled for the year is this one.
Oh, the lion and conditioning.
We've seen
Oh,
this
you
one.
know what they said also?
Mm.
That this is the year to do things away from the herd,
Mm. Mhm.
believing in yourself and not doing everything that everyone is doing.
Mhm.
Starting to listen inside.
Yeah, listen inside is huge. That's actually something that I had heard. I don't know with who or what, but like how important being able to hear yourself is for this whole year, right? Like we're going into that level of consciousness where we need to be able to hear, because if we don't, like, we have to cancel out all the noise around us. So we've seen this card many times before. I don't know why I always pull it. It doesn't seem like there's anything wrong with the card that like I always grab it. But like, um, are you pretending to be a sheep? Are you um, are you hiding who you really are amongst the group just to have peace or not be afraid? And like, how wonderful would it be if like we all literally could be who we are, and that would be perfect. Like I was on a circle call recently, and it was really nice how the person talked about when they're setting like the ground rules for the group. She spoke about um, how things might come up in the call around COVID, because that's, been a part of their life and their story for the year. And how recognizing that everybody's got a different opinion,
Mhm.
and that that's okay, and that we can hold them in that opinion. And if we're being triggered by that, then to take that time and tend to that stuff within ourselves and not project it out to others. She did just like a really wonderful job touching on it, because it's been dividing us so significantly, or I'm watching it divide, and I've seen how it's divided pieces of myself or my life. And but I'm really grateful that the people I have around now, the division isn't so great. But and it doesn't have to be just about COVID. I feel like now that there's this like cancel culture which, rightfully so, there are definitely things that need to change. And the cancel culture has really helped us look at that more closely and look at where are we like maybe taking ourselves to the extreme, like that pendulum that swings. But yeah, can we just be ourselves, right? And then that takes courage.
And the funny thing with your card is that the lion is thinking that he's hiding, that he is a lamb. We can all see that he is a lion.
That's so true. I love your insight, Mariella. You're so taking on about things. I love it.
That's how we behave too, right? We go pretending we're somebody else and everybody knows how you really are.
Totally. Oh my gosh. That's like Scorpio stuff, you know? Like we try and hide those pieces, but it's like everybody else can actually see them.
You try to hide your shadows
Mhm.
and they will always come up.
Yes, yes, they will. Mhm.
Again, here I am.
Mhm. Don't you feel like more than ever? I feel like it's like pow, 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 pow. I feel like that's what the past few years have been, is just like, and maybe that's because, if you look at astrology, because my sign was in the South Node, I don't know. But it just feels like the past 2 years have been nothing but like
Lessons. Have you learned anything, Alex? If you didn't,
I've learned so much, so much, so much, so much, so much. It's funny, I feel like I remember when we first kind of started this, or and we had quite some opposites, you and me, like, in some ways.
oh,
Which,
we do.
oh, of course we do.
They
But
used to have, and they are gone.
no, but I feel like we are coming closer together, because there are parts of me that are like just needing to like let go of certain things and become a little more altruistic, like not in like altruistic to spiritual bypass or hide from things or whatever, but just to be like, what kind of I don't have any control over any of this, or so, you know um so I just have to know that everything's going to be work out exactly as it's supposed to, like, and you've always been, oh no, 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 no. And then, but I was more like
Yeah, you have been poking all the time.
but now you had a lot of poking, and I feel like there's been like this layer of like we're both kind of balancing out a little bit more towards each other's ways. I don't know if you agree or disagree,
Yeah,
but life has been quite intense the past few years. That, yeah.
it's exciting times.
Mm-hmm. It is, because what's coming next?
I hope that in my next life, I will realize who I was in this life
Mm.
and go, oh wow, I was there.
Well, maybe in this life we'll get to realize our past lives and understand why we're here.
Yeah, I think I have a lesson like that this year. It's coming.
Gosh. One thing and I know we need to wrap up, but
Mhm.
one thing that came to mind recently, and I don't remember what prompt it, but we talk a lot about the ancestral work that's going on. Oh, it was a meme, I think. But we've been doing all this ancestral work, and we are ancestors.
Yeah,
Like there's future generations and people coming, and we are now ancestors.
I
And so
know.
like when I'm doing something and I'm calling on the ancestors, or I'm giving gratitude to the ancestors, I'm an ancestor.
Yeah,
Like in this current timeline, I'm in
an
the,
ancestor for somebody in the future, for
yeah.
you in the future, maybe for
Mhm.
yourself.
So it's just like quite that, and I
Yeah.
haven't quite integrated that, but every time I think about it, I'm just like, yeah, so interesting.
You know what I have been thinking lately?
Mhm.
So I have been thinking, um, if I stay in my family, there's a high probability that my daughter will be not my mom, but maybe my grandma
Mm.
or
You're an
something like that.
Mhm.
And so I'm like, I have to make sure that she knows how to treat her children if she
Mm.
has children, if I am going to be part of her descendants.
Mm.
And also, I'm thinking, oh, maybe if this house stays here and I don't sell it or something like property wise, then I can in my next life recognize it, maybe like I was here. I remember this. I don't know. I hope I can do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's interesting.
Because maybe I did that before.
Mm-hmm.
I left something for my descendants,
Mm. See,
and that's me.
that makes me sad because I feel like like the chances of me having children are very like probably 10%. And so it's like, what does that mean for me? And I'm not connected to, a lot of my family that I do have
But
and
you
the
are
family
connected to other people,
Mhm, mhm.
and you have cousins.
So I feel like, and not many of them have children. So I wonder, like, is this the end of the line? Is this becoming the end of the line of my generation, or what's like,
Uh,
I'll be, an ancestor to very few people. So what does that mean for me? That my
yeah,
family is kind
but
of,
you are still an ancestor for the world.
hmm hmm yeah. So lots of interesting things to think about.
Yeah.
Yeah, if we're an ancestor, how do we want to, what is the world we want to create for those who are coming next?
Mhm.
Hmm
I'm still thinking about the new beginnings and the potential. Sorry.
hmm
It feels like this year will have a big something that will make us think this is the beginning. I'm not sure. And the potential card has a volcano in it. So I don't know if, because Taurus and the earth, I don't know if that means something about shaking, earthquakes or
hmm
volcanoes erupting.
hmm Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I've moved. So I used to live in the same city as Mariella, and now I've moved to New Brunswick, and I live by the coast, the East Coast. And I'm really curious on
You are
what
right by the water.
I'm right by the water. What does that mean? Like, I have no idea exactly why I'm here. Like, I know there's many reasons why I'm here, but I'm really interested to see how the next few years pan out and where I end up, or if I stay here, and what does that mean? What does it look like to be in this location versus that location? It's really,
Yeah.
and you're working on um, getting, or
I don't know
uh,
if I will ever go.
but
I'll
you're
see.
working on getting your
The
citizenship,
yeah.
and I want to work on getting my Hungarian citizenship. We'll both be able to be in the UK, in the EU together.
Let's see. Maybe it will be me
Maybe we
when
have to. Maybe we'll
when
have to.
I don't see myself in this life there living.
No.
Who knows?
Yeah, I don't think I see myself there living.
That's the other. I have this feeling is for my next life.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. Yeah. Oh, exciting. Exciting times. Potential. So much potential.
Yeah. So
And
many.
let's pray that the new beginning is COVID ending.
Oh, that light comes in. Light is coming in.
It is. It is already here.
Yeah.
That's where gratitude, like, I don't mean like not accepting that things are hard, or things are hard, but like, how lucky I am that I was able to move and have the support of my family and the support of my friends and the support of a partner, and that I have a warm bed, that I have the opportunity for growth and change, that I found a job. Like, um, yeah, there's just so many things to be grateful for.
Yeah.
Um, and things don't have to always be so wonderful either, but we can really have gratitude for.
What we have.
Mhm, mhm. And I'm so grateful for you, Mariella.
I'm so grateful for you.
Mhm. And I'm grateful for anybody who chooses to watch this,
Yeah, I was going to say whoever's out there.
for whoever is out there. Thank you for being out there.
Yeah.
Mhm. Well, we will wrap it up there. And so thank you everybody for watching, and many blessings on 2022.
Many blessings.
And we'll see you in a month's time.
Okay. Yeah. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.